So good morning class. Today we'll start with the revision of infinitives, which is one of the kinds of non-finite. Fine. So what basically infinitives are? To plus verb. What is the meaning of this? This will be clear if we look into these two examples. Squirrels love to eat nuts. So here to eat, and it is a duty to respect our elders, and over here to respect. So basically to eat and to respect are infinitives because their form is not affected by the number and the person of the subject. They simply name the actions denoted by the verb, that is eat and respect, and hence they have the twin quality of a noun and a verb. So basically we also call them as verbal noun. Okay. So basically from the meaning it is very much clear that where to is used before a verb, that is infinitives. But there are few cases where you have to form a sentence with to, and there are also few cases where you have to form a sentence without to. So first of all we look into those cases where to is used. Okay, so first it is used as subject to a verb. For example, to rise early is a good habit. Next, as object to a transitive verb, he wishes to deceive me. As object to a preposition, the train is about to leave. As complement to a verb, our motto is to forget and forgive. To qualify a verb so that it can express purpose, for example, if I say he went to buy sweet, so that was the purpose. Next is cause. Example, she laughed to hear that I have topped the list. Next is manner. For example, do not waste your time to convince her. Next, it is used to qualify an adjective. For example, I am eager to join engineering. Then to qualify a noun. This is not the time to sleep. So these are the cases where to is used with the infinitives. Now we'll look into these cases where the infinitives are used without to. So first is after the verbs bid, let, make, notice, hear, see, feel, watch and have. Okay. For example, if I say I made him, and like I heard him cry, I saw him do it. So these are the few examples which are used without to. But when these verbs are in passive voice, except let, means you'll not take let into consideration, but all these verbs, if these verbs are in passive voice, then you can take infinitive to before them. Okay, for example, he was made to sit down. Fine. Next, we don't use to after the modal auxiliaries, that is need and dare. Like he need not come, he dare not do it. But if need and dare are used as main verbs and they form negatives in with do, means this word do is used in the negatives or in the question form, then you can take to before the infinitives. For example, he does not need to come. Does he dare to do it? So first was negative and we have used to, and the next one was dare, and that's in that case also we have used to. We have used the infinitive to. Next is after the modal auxiliaries shall, will, can, may, should, would, could, might, must. Okay, for example, if I say you can go now, or he should be more serious in his work. Next, after the auxiliaries do, does and did. For example, if I say she does not study regularly, did you hear about it? Next is after had better, had rather and would rather. Example, you had better stay at home, or he would rather die than beg. Next is after but, except and then. Okay, if I say she did nothing but slept the whole day, I did everything except give him money. So basically these are the cases in which infinitives without to is used. Okay, so here we are done with the revision. So basically it is like कि infinitives are being given where you have to use to before verb, but there are few cases where to is used and another case where to is not used. Okay, so I think we are done with the revision of infinitives. It is a very small topic that is going to come in your periodic test, and I hope you have understood. Moreover, just try to do more and more examples of these sentences that I have given you, these cases basically that I have given to you all. Okay, so students, now we are done with the revision of infinitives. So this is a worksheet of infinitives that you all have to do. First you have to write your name, then your class, then your section, and then your roll number. This information is must and you all have to fill it. So the first question is, tick the correct infinitive. Fine. Rahul, these three dots are a kind of dash, but you are not to write the answer over here. What you have to do is that you just have to tick the correct answer. Why? Because your paper will come in this MCQ form only. So this revision worksheet is also in MCQ form. So now looking into the first question, Rahul dash the letter yesterday. So the correct infinitives will be forgot to post. Okay, so that's why we have put a tick over here. So it is Rahul forgot to post the letter yesterday. Fine. So in the same way you have to solve these 10 questions of your grammar. So dear students, in total there are 10 questions and each question carries 1 mark. You all need to attempt all the questions. You will not leave any of the questions. Another 5 questions are there of your unseen passage which you have to do. Okay. So class, this is the unseen passage that you all have to solve. It is classroom assignment 3 which is given in your BBC Compactor on page number 8 and 9. Okay, so this is the unseen passage. The name of the topic is can't you conserve a bucket of water. So you have to go through this unseen passage, and then there are 5 questions which are in MCQ form, multiple choice question. You just have to tick the correct answer. So I'll do the first one for you. People use water as if it will never be available in future. It can be recycled, it is scarce, and it will always be available. So the answer is C. That's why I've put a tick on C. So in the same way you have to solve these left 4 questions. Okay, so before that just go through this unseen passage carefully and then complete your work. Okay.